Hi everyone, I hope you had a wonderful January filled with new adventures and new beginnings. It is crazy how fast the days pass when we are so focused on pursuing all of the goals we set. But the one thing I love about February, since I will be celebrating Chinese New Year this month, which is also known as the Lunar New Year, is that we have another chance to start again. I know how hard it is to stick to the goals we set, and sometimes after a few weeks, we can get off track. So this month of the new moon is the best time to reevaluate what has been working and what has not, to replan and then to refocus ourselves and try again. I'm also very excited because I wanted to create illustrations that work in sequence to take you on the journey about the bunny from my January setup. For my past setups, each illustration was kind of separate from the next, and last month it was a little more connected, but this month I actually took some time to plan out the story that goes with it so that it's more of a narrative. I am not sure how this is going to turn out, so let me know in the comments after you watch this video what you thought. Before I start inking in my setup, this is how my weekly turned out for the month. Very basic, script headers, and then my to-do list underneath. I still have a few pages left for the rest of January, and then I added in my map to plan out my trips for the rest of the year with these removable stickers. I'll link my tutorial for this down below for you if you want to recreate this. For the cover page, which is also the beginning of the bunny's journey, he's embracing his friend the bear one last time before he embarks on his adventure of self-discovery. They are seated in a floral half-crescent moon with copper accents using my Jelly Roll pen, and then underneath is the title of the month, February. I think in order for us to grow, we have to leave what we find as familiar and comfortable, to embark on a journey of the unknown and welcome all the adventures, good and bad, as learning experiences. So after leaving his friend and his familiar surroundings, he is already struggling to rise above this cliff as the moon shines her bright light to try to help guide him. Unexpectedly, he meets another bunny who offers to help and is relieved to have someone who believes in him, giving him the courage and ability to then believe in himself. Once I finish painting in the details with my watercolors, I am adding in this amazing metallic gold to the moon and the rest of the painting. Then going back in to finish with the micron and copper accents. I'll have this painting and the rest of the setup in my shop if you're interested. The link and all of my supplies will be down in the description for you as well. And again, thank you so much for supporting my work. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. Next to where the painting will go is the mood of the month. This is the month of second chances, and underneath that is a quote by H. Stanley Judd. He says, "Don't be afraid to fail. Don't waste energy trying to cover up failure. Learn from your failures and go on to the next challenge. It's okay to fail. If you're not failing, you're not growing." To add to that for my video about fear, failure is only proof that you are trying. So shoot for the moon, but take your time getting there. Hop onto every single star and enjoy each perspective. Moving on to my table of contents, I kept the same layout but changed last month's mountains to mountains that are more inspired by Chinese hand scrolls, setting the location to the bunny's journey to somewhere in Asia or in an imaginary plane. On the left, I have a very simple layout with a line down the left and then the page numbers and description on the right. Underneath all of that is a quote by Jack Canfield relating to the mood of the month on the same blush cardstock as my mood page. He says, "As you begin to take action toward the fulfillment of your goals and dreams, you must realize that not every action will be perfect. Not every action will produce the desired result. Not every action will work. Making mistakes, getting it almost right, and experimenting to see what happens are all part of the process of eventually getting it right." I then added a sticker I made using packing tape to give it a little more interest and to complete the page. Looking for something magical, something that is just profound that it needs to be discovered, the bunny and his new friend row across the waters, passing the disappearing mountain ranges as a trail of bright dust whips across the starry sky. Within this illustration is my 3-month calendar spread. On the left, I have the title Glance Ahead, which also depicts the illustration. And then on the right is this month's calendar and the next 2 underneath. This way I know exactly what the days are going to be like for the next 3 months. And then after, I inked the spread using my 03 micron and went back in with my copper to tie this back into the rest of the spread. Now onto my monthly calendar. In the same format as the ones before because it works so well for me. I have the same mountain ranges up top, and then on the right I have my monthly goals on the same blush cardstock. My goals for this month are to finish my website, work out 5 days a week, draw every day, although it was very hard last month to do that, eat healthy, and to have more patience in general with myself and with others, and to be kind to others no matter what. We each have our own battles, and I've realized that it helps situations and my mental state to share the love than to share hate. Moving on to my trackers, it's again the same as last month, but with 28 boxes this time for the 28 days in February. So for every day that I accomplish my goals, I'll fill in the boxes corresponding to the day however I like. I have a crescent moon and a 6-point star up top each one, but reversed for the one below, and then the same floral on either side of the boxes. I haven't been able to completely fill these in, but it is such a great reminder to try. After a long journey across the waters, the bunny and his friend reach an interesting staircase leading to a star with the same bright dust trailing the surrounding area, underneath a starry sky. He departs from his new friend and continues towards the star on his own, waving goodbye or see you later to that part of the adventure. This is also my page of milestones. For every accomplishment, big or small, I will organize it on this page. I think I'm going to add in a little section for my social media, so YouTube, Instagram, and Etsy, so that I can see the changes throughout the month and celebrate it. And then a section for everything else, but I'll do that once I start adding in my milestones. Finally, the bunny is able to make it to the star. He is a little confused because he started this journey not knowing what he was looking for, except that he needed to do something he's never done before. Only after he conquered the cliff, met and trusted a stranger with his life and his goals, have the courage to then leave his new friend to continue on his own, did he find this amazing and bright symbol, gently guiding him with its magical light. It allows the bunny to grab a hold of its tail, and then it helps him fly. Underneath my title is a quote that sums up the meaning of the narrative by Roy T. Bennett. He says, "Accept yourself, love yourself, and keep moving forward. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down." I'm going to leave the next few pages blank and create my weekly to-do list as I go. It was really nice to do that last month because I wasn't constrained to any number of boxes or a specific layout, especially since my lists and days vary. And that's it. So when I first had this idea of creating a narrative for my bullet journal setup, I really didn't think that it would work because it seemed very messy. But I was determined to make this idea work, and overall it turned out pretty well. If you're still listening to me, thank you so much for joining me on my journey of experimentation and finding purpose to my work. I've always wanted to make a positive impact, and I never really knew how, but after reading so many of your wonderful comments, I realized that through my art is how. I will be working on adding more stickers to my shop, drawing tutorials, and a few more other things that will take a little time, so keep up to date with me on Instagram. It is where I post most of my updates on my work and share little snippets of my life, so I'd love for you to be the first to know about the new things. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful and meaningful day. I'll see you next time. Bye!